It's hard to believe this, but it is now the 10-year anniversary of when Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods released in America. 2014 was such a hype time to be a Dragon Ball fan, and so in honor of the 10th anniversary, I just wanted to do a quick retrospective of what it was like at that time. So it's hard to imagine this now, but for the majority of my life, and probably most people watching this, Dragon Ball was just over. It was done. Unless you consumed it on Toonami as it aired in America, Dragon Ball Z was a completed series that was probably already mostly spoiled for you by the time you read or watched it. Beyond the core Dragon Ball Z series, there was obviously GT, there were the 13 movies that you may or may not have watched, but beyond that, that was pretty much it. But people still craved Dragon Ball, so to fill in that void, in the 2000s, past whenever Dragon Ball Z finished airing on Toonami, people filled that void with their own stories. I specifically remember multiple people recommending that I read Dragon Ball Multiverse. And who could forget the iconic Dragon Ball AF? God, like just how popular Dragon Ball AF was, despite only being an image of like Super Saiyan 5 Goku with no actual plot or anything, should be a testament to how thirsty fans were for more Dragon Ball content. But yeah, in my mind, Dragon Ball was just over for years. That was until one day I logged on Facebook and I saw that there's going to be a new Dragon Ball movie and the villain is this weird fucking purple cat thing. Now, I was immediately skeptical because like, who is this cat guy? He does not look like any other Dragon Ball villain that we've had before. But perhaps the fact that the villain was not like freaking SSJ8 Broly should have been an indicator that this was not made up by fans, but an actual new entry by Akira Toriyama. Now, once this movie was confirmed to be legit, the hype was unreal. Movie 14? Will the DBZ story continue to expand in future movies? Is this red-haired Super Saiyan form the real Super Saiyan 4? Would Oob make an appearance? Nobody knew, but just the fact that I was going to witness new Dragon Ball content was unfathomable. I actually just found this bag yesterday that I saved for some reason from a comic book store as a testament to the hype of this movie when it was coming out. This belongs in the Smithsonian. So on August 5th, 2014, which was my birthday, if any of you actually care, me and my friends went to the theater, we sat down, and we watched some new Dragon Ball. And honestly, I really loved it. In fact, I think I went back like 2 more times. It just brought so many people together because in 2014, watching anime was not uncommon, but it was not nearly as ubiquitous as it is today. Like, you couldn't just go to Target and then half of the graphic tees are just from anime like you can now. But when Battle of Gods came out, you got all these people that watched Dragon Ball when they were younger come out of the woodwork and they got to get excited about it. And a lot of them who were older even got to share it with their kids. And you know what? There's a good chance that that teenage Gojo cosplayer that you saw at the last anime convention was one of those kids. As for what I thought about the movie itself, I thought it struck a really good balance that ended up defining the tone of Dragon Ball Super. The battle at the end was serious and there was plenty of action, but then you also had lighthearted silly moments like the Vegeta bingo scene.
Bingo! Bingo! Bingo!
Okay, he's been drinking more than Gohan.
Fight time bingo! Ha!
It was this really smart mix of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and this balance was perfect for a revival of the series. Like, if we just ended up getting another serious, dramatic Dragon Ball Z movie full of 2000s new metal, actually, that would have been really sick, but probably not the best decision for what was essentially a soft reboot of the series. I thought Beerus was an interesting villain. He wasn't another long-lost Saiyan, but a god of destruction that was way more powerful than Goku, who was seemingly already at a god level himself. I also love the fact that Goku loses at the end. The audience assumes that Goku is just going to overcome as always, but him losing to Beerus opens a door for Goku to get stronger. We get introduced to this whole new sector of the Dragon Ball universe with the Gods of Destruction, and it basically reset expectations of any fan who thought they knew what direction the future of the series was going to go. And I can't talk about Battle of Gods without mentioning the insanely hyped flow song. After the success of Battle of Gods, we then got Resurrection F, which I might cover in a future video. I'd only mention that because after both movies, it was revealed that we'd be getting a whole new series, Dragon Ball Super. For some reason, they felt compelled to include an expanded retelling of Battle of Gods and Super, which honestly I felt was unnecessary. I mean, everyone saw the movie, you can just canonize it. The TV version I remember as being marginally inferior just because it wasn't told in a snappy 90-minute movie. But regardless, getting to see new Dragon Ball content in a theater is something that I never thought I'd be able to do. Now we have the Dragon Ball Super manga that is still ongoing, Dragon Ball Daima is on the way, we have the Dragon Ball name behind some of the biggest anime video games of the year, and a Dragon Ball theme park coming to Saudi Arabia, and Dragon Ball has never been bigger. And I think we really owe all of that to Battle of Gods. It brought together American anime fans like nothing that had come before it, and I cannot believe that it's already 10 years old. Good movie.